1-0 Texas Tech as we welcome you back to Dan Law Field in Rip Griffin Park here in Lubbock. Brian Haney and Kyle Mathas with you. Jayhawks with no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. Texas Tech with 1 unearned run on 3 hits, no errors. 1-0 Tech as we go to the 4th. And to bring you the play-by-play of inning number 4, here's recent KU graduate, one of our star broadcast students, Kyle Mathas.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. Well, we're ready to get started here. In the top of the 4th inning, it's been a pitcher's duel, to say the least, between Mason Molina and Colin Baumgartner. We don't know if Baumgartner will be back pitching for the next inning in the bottom of the 4th. Right now he has 4 strikeouts compared to Mason Molina's 7. So the umpire was stopped play for a minute. Now we're back to playing ball. Mason Molina stays on the mound for Texas Tech. Chase Jans to lead off for the Jayhawks. First pitch fouled off, hits the umpire weakly. By Jans, it's going to be an 0-1 count. Chase Jans struck out back in the first inning, is one of the 7 Mason Molina strikeouts to the Jayhawks in tonight's contest. 8:36 p.m. Lubbock time. Here's the next pitch, is swing and a miss in the dirt on a breaking ball by Jans. The top of the order, 1 through 4 for the Jayhawks. 3 of them struck out. The only one to get on base with a hit, Cody Shojinaga, if that's any surprise to anybody. Here's the 0-2, and there's a swing and a miss there, so Molina is able to get his 8th strikeout of the game. I mean, he is starting to rack up the numbers right now. On a swing and a miss by Jans. And now it is Cody Shojinaga who comes up to bat. Reached with a single back in the first. And he's looking to get back on base here. He's the only Kansas hit of the game. Jayhawks with 1, Texas Tech with 3. First pitch to Shojinaga from Molina is up high for a ball. It's 1-0. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. 1-0 Texas Tech. Here's the next pitch from Molina, and that one's a breaking ball down and away. Seems like Molina, he's attacking the strike zone towards many of the KU batters, but for Shojinaga, he's more pitching outside of the strike zone. Maybe understands the ability of Shojinaga, who hits this one in a line out to center, and jumping to make the grab is Dylan Carter out in center field for the 2nd out. What a play by Dylan Carter. I don't know if he had to jump for that one, but he made it look flashy. And now 2 down. Cody Shojinaga got really good contact on that.
He did have to jump. He broke in on it, I think unnecessarily, and the ball just kept sailing. And fortunately, he timed his jump just right, catching the ball at the apex of his leap. Otherwise, Cody's still running right now and motoring into 3rd.
Here's the first pitch from Molina, delivering it to Jansen Reeder, who struck out back in the first. It's down and away for ball 1. Yeah, Shojinaga, the wind was not his friend on that last at-bat, keeping the ball up as this one's popped high into the Lubbock night sky around 3rd base. Who's going to get it? There's 4 Red Raiders around it, and coming down to make the grab is Tracer Lopez, the shortstop, near the pitcher's mound for the 3rd and final out. So a quick inning here in the top of the 4th. Kansas goes 3 up, 3 down, a strikeout and 2 flyouts as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 1-0 Texas Tech as the Red Raiders come up. Will we see Baumgartner? Well, we'll find out in a little bit right after this on the Jayhawk Sports Network. And we welcome you back to Lubbock, Texas at Rip Griffin Park on the beautiful campus of Texas Tech University. 1-0, Red Raiders in the lead over the Kansas Jayhawks. Well, Brian said it earlier on in the broadcast. We didn't know how long Colin Baumgartner would go in this game. He's got to get ready for postseason play as Kansas gears up for the Big 12 tournament in Arlington starting Wednesday afternoon right here on the Jayhawk Sports Network and KLWN. So, to no one's surprise, Colin Baumgartner's night is finished after 3 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts he will finish with. No walks. And finished the top of the third with a quick 1-2-3 inning on Texas Tech's top of the order with Nolan Hester at first, Gage Harrelson the second batter, and Kevin Bazell at the third. Now it is Hunter Cranton who comes in to bat the righty, the redshirt junior from Newport Beach, California, transferred from San Diego State University, the Aztecs. And he will start his night off going up against the cleanup hitter, Austin Green, who struck out back in the first. Very valiant effort from Baumgartner. He did a great job. It's the first pitch from Cranton, and that one's in there at the knees of Green for strike one. Clocking in there at 95 miles per hour on that fastball. Like we said before, Green struck out back in the first. As he takes next pitch a little lower than the previous pitch at the knees, but this time called a ball. Austin Green this season, 50 hits and 31 strikeouts, 34 walks as well. He's really good at drawing walks. As the next pitch from Cranton goes low for ball 2, it's 2-1. But Hunter Cranton, on the other hand, coming in to the game, 34 hits allowed, 20 strikeouts in 103 at-bats. This one is hit high in the night sky into the outfield. Running on it to make the grab is the left fielder, Chase Jans, for the first out. He had to go all the way back to a little bit close to the warning track out in left field, but there's one out here in the bottom of the fourth. And here comes Hudson White, who comes up to bat. Flew out to right field back in the second, and he was going up against Colin Baumgartner. How will he do against Hunter Cranton? Cranton has pitched 25.1 innings this season. This would be inning number 26. First pitch in there for a curveball at around the waist area of White for strike one. As Cranton tries to do just as good as Baumgartner. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss there on a heater at 96 miles per hour fastball. And now it's 0-2. Well, if the top of the fourth was any indication, will we see a similar bottom of the fourth, a quick one? As Cranton looks at the catcher, Jake English. Here's the pitch. And there's another 96 mile per hour fastball. It is swing and a miss for Hudson White. And there's the first strikeout of the game recorded by Hunter Cranton. 5th strikeout by Texas Tech. Oh, I'm sure if you did hear the PA announcer, you would have heard it, but it's Gavin Cash coming up, the 6th hole hitter. Reached base on a bunt back in the second and scored the only run of the game for Texas Tech. They lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. There's a check swing, but that one was a high curve. Called for a ball up at around the neck area of Gavin Cash. Cash this year is one of the best hitters on Texas Tech. Certainly one of the best home run hitters in the country. He swings and misses on that 94 mile per hour fastball. And now it's 1-1. Gavin Cash's tendency is to hit deep balls. He's done a good job at drawing walks too. 31 walks drawn, 22 home runs. Unreal numbers. That one's down in the dirt by Cranton and goes over the glove of English behind home plate for ball 2. Luckily there was no runner or any runners on base to advance off a wild pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Zach Vuletich, who reached on a single, is on deck at the 7th hole hitter. Here's the 2-1. There's a swing and a miss. 95 miles per hour. Right now, Hunter Cranton pitching fastballs at around 93 to 96. We saw Colin Baumgartner do something like that back in the first and second. Slowed down a little bit in the third. Started throwing more breaking balls and off-speed pitches. Here's the 2-2 with 2 outs. Trying to get out of this side of the inning is Hunter Cranton at the mound. Winds up and pitches, and good foul by Gavin Cash to keep the at-bat alive at 2-2. Gavin Cash is the sophomore from Sour Lake, Texas, transferred from University of Texas. So transferred from one big-time Texas school to the next. Here is the 2-2 from Cranton, trying to get out of this one. Popped up foul down the left field line and will go over the stands and somewhere into the parking lot behind the stadium. Gavin Cash was the top-ranked baseman here from the state of Texas in high school, but he only made 2 starts at Texas, as this one's hit on a line out to center field pretty deep, but it's going to die because of the wind, and Mike Kazuski makes the grab for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down in this half of the inning for the Red Raiders, just like Kansas had offensively back in the top of the 4th. We move to the top of the 5th, rather. Brian Haney will be back on the call, and we will be right back after this 1-0 Texas Tech from Lubbock at Rip Griffin Park. This is Kansas Baseball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.